Hi, and welcome back to another little session with the Story Ninja. As promised, Nelson Mandela, Long Walk to Freedom, is going to be our little story follow-up today. So if you're remembering what we covered yesterday, Nelson was a good friend of Walter Sisulu, and they had formed a group meeting in Walter's home, working on a plan on getting the government to notice them. So let's find out how they went about it. There we go. Pictures as promised. In 1944, we formed the ANC Youth League and planned to get thousands of young black people to join in. We would protest peacefully by marching through the streets and demanding our freedom. We would not be ignored. In 1948, the government started passing laws that introduced apartheid, which divided black and white people into separate groups. White people lived in suburbs, while black people lived in townships. The government also built separate schools, churches, and cinemas for black and white people. There were even separate entrances to post offices and shops. All black people over 16 years of age had to carry a passbook. That's something like the ID book, just a little bit more stringent. These passbooks showed who we were, where we worked, and where we lived. And if we were found without that passbook, we would be thrown into prison. Apartheid was a cruel system. It classified every person in South Africa according to their race, for example, as black, colored, or white. And it controlled the lives of those who were not white. It made me and my ANC comrades extremely angry. In 1952, we led a protest called the Defiance Campaign, calling on black people to ignore the whites-only entrances in post offices, shops, trains. And if many of you speak to your grandparents, I'm sure they'll be able to tell you that even visiting Cape Town Gardens, there were benches designated for white people and black people only. Over 250 people were arrested, but thousands joined in. The government didn't drop its apartheid laws, but the ANC now had many, many more members. We were getting stronger. The government banned me from attending ANC meetings or protesting against apartheid, but I went on working for the ANC in secret. It was not only black people who were against apartheid. Thousands of colored, Indian, and white South Africans were against it too. In the early 1950s, many of these different groups joined together to form the Congress Alliance. Then, in 1955, the ANC and the other members of the Congress Alliance met in Kliptown, near Johannesburg, to draw up the Freedom Charter. I'm sure many of us have heard of the Freedom Charter. Some of us may be in the grades where we discuss these topics at school, so it will definitely be familiar. The meeting was called the Congress of the People, and Charter was a promise to fight for freedom and democracy for all South Africans. So tomorrow, we're going to take it a little bit further and see what happens next. So stay tuned. See you tomorrow.